Now, you're going to have that. Then when you mail a professor, like I said, 50:1. When you mail, it's not an easy task mailing 50 professors. You can have a timetable for it. 3 days, I want to mail 50 professors. 3 days, I mail 50 professors, and I'm going to get the one response. So it's not an easy task. Now, within 3 days, if you budget like you want to do it for 2 weeks, 3 days, 50 professors. Now, within a week, within 2 weeks, at least you will have been able to finish with 200 professors. And thank God, like I said, AI is going to help you and list professors. And don't be rigid. Please don't be stereotyped to your field of study. Now, if you see a professor that is working along something that interests you, it might not be what you did or the proposal that helped you to get that the scholarship, PTDF scholarship. You might deviate a bit. When you deviate a bit, PTDF is still going to accommodate it. You understand? So you might deviate a bit, and they will still accommodate. I can lay emphasis on mine because I major in renewable energy. I major in renewable energy, and now I'm working on materials that we can use for renewable energy. So I will work on the material, the characterization, and what have you. Then still work on the renewable energy. Do you understand? So please don't let us be stereotyped. We can be flexible when it comes to code mailing a professor. And regardless of that too, when you code mail a professor can suggest topics for you. And as a PhD scholar, you can always fine tune the topic. Like, okay, if he's suggesting a topic for you, you can always tell him, sir, can we work it around this? Can we do this? Can we do that? And he's going to listen to you, because you know that as a PhD scholar, you're grounded, and you know what you're doing and what you need to do. And regardless, lest I forget, what you're doing must be contributing to sustainable development. I must be able to build up human capacity. It's not that we want to do a research that will not place it on the shelf. No, we must do something that we must be able to implement. So don't let me digress. When you forward the mail to that professor, like I said, expression of interest as a PhD candidate in your prestigious laboratory. Now, the body of the mail, you can write something like this: Dear Professor, so. Trust my message finds you well. Now, I am so from Nigeria with a fully funded scholarship sponsored by Petroleum Technology Development Fund. You can see that I have to catch the attention of the professor by telling him I'm funded already. You understand? So when I'm able to write an appealing subject to the professor and able to see this thing appeals me, if we open the subject, open the mail, and sees that you are fully, and was able to see that you are fully funded, it's going to read further. Now, when it's reading further, and he sees that, okay, you have your master's that incline with what he's doing, you have your BSc that inclines with what he's doing, he will always want to read further. Then he will check your file. Like I told you, if you're attaching a file to that mail, make sure that it's a single file. Please don't be attaching file, one BSc, two masters, two your notification of award and whatever. No. Attach everything, go to your Microsoft Word, put everything there, convert it to PDF file, and send it forth alongside with the mail you're sending. You understand? So you will be able to open it once and see what you have to offer. We get it? So upon sending that forth, and don't forget, you can have this attachment like this that you'll be sending forth. It's opening it once, so you can have as many as possible. And your maybe your leadership or certificate, if you have done anything in school, you can just attach it to the mail. It gives you an edge, because you are not the only one code mailing such professor. You will have received several mails. Do you understand? So you will have received several mails, and there are some professors they will answer you. There are some that will tell you that they don't have space in their laboratory, and there are some that they will tell you, okay, let's see. You tell them that you are hoping for an interview at their convenience, and they will always reach out to you. So the attachment you can add the dummy. I'm going to send it to Scholars maybe after the webinar, like application for PhD. This is going to, that's the first document. This is going to have your picture at the the top right corner. It's going to have your picture there, application for PhD. Then you write little about what you're doing or what you want to do and send it to him. Then the second one, the attachment you're going to add is a notification of award. Now, like I said, everything you're doing, you must be selling yourself. You must be selling yourself. Life is competitive, so you must learn how to sell yourself. So notification award, that you have the award already, then you send it forth. Then your motivation letter. What is motivating you? What is motivating you? I remember then my professor told me you're motivated. I said, yes, I am. I am extremely motivated. Extremely motivated. And I'm not just tumbling to Germany, and because I've had the dream of coming down to Germany for more than 10 to 20 years. So, and I don't negotiate what I want to do in life. So it all depends on you, personal interest. Now, your curriculum vitae. Now, when it comes to curriculum vitae, you're talking about resume. You know that there is distinction between curriculum vitae and so your curriculum vitae, when you can use Europass CV. Like I know we are comfortable with Europass, we can use it, and most curriculum vitae in Germany always come with your curriculum vitae, and don't forget it must be selling you. It must be selling you. With your curriculum vitae, make sure you sign it underneath. You have to sign your curriculum vitae, then your master's certificate, PhD certificate, your transcript that shows you. Can you hear me? Please, I need to respond.
Yes, we can hear you.
Hello.
Yes, we can.
That's fine. Can I continue? Can I write on?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Yes, we can hear you. Yes.
That's fine. I will entertain questions so that we can also wrap the section, and Scholarshino and Dr. Building can come in. Okay, I will be fast so that I won't bore you. I'm sorry. We have the transcript, which shows your academic record. The academic record, you attach it to it. If you have your whole level, please attach it. Your primary school certificate, attach it. Then your research, you attach it to it too. So, like I said, the topic of your research proposal must be compelling also. It sells you. Like, not just doing the research that is going to end up in the shelf. You understand? But something that can bring about sustainable development, like I said earlier. We understand that. So, on code mailing professors, I think that before I, because, or should I just can I move on to to entertain questions on Scholar?
Yeah, you seem to be breaking. Your voice seems to be breaking. It seems your network. So if you can go over your statement again.
My network. Okay, I said, can I move down to accommodation? Not to secure an accommodation? Or can you hear me now?
Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
Okay. I said, can I move? Or I should entertain questions on code mailing a professor first?
I think you can just roughly conclude with code emailing the professor, then talk briefly on accommodation. Yeah, that will be fine.
Okay, that's fine then. So, like I said, Scholar Biodun and Scholarshino, Dr. Biodun and Dr. Scholarshino will work on the visa processes, DAD, Scholar, and It has to be what compelling, so that the professor can just pick it up and read through what you have to offer. No, nobody life is bringing value to the laboratory. So you sell yourself. You understand? Now on the accommodation, in securing accommodation in Germany is one of the greatest tasks also, because accommodation, I have 3 strategies that I use, and it really helped me. It really helped me. And like I said, if you're coming to Germany, you need to learn how to persevere. You need to be motivated. Why the reason why you're going there? Not just you want to showcase or you want to do. You need to be motivated. So we can use an app called I'll just spell it WG hyphen which JIT WG I. Okay, let me go again. Let me just capsulate WG hyphen .be. That's the app. Now, when you can have the app, even right from Nigeria, you can just do anything you want to do. But lest I forget, there are scammers on the app.
Please, could you repeat the name?
Maybe you type it. Maybe you type it in the chat box. Maybe you type it in the chat box when you are done with your presentation, so that they get it better. You can explain the app or type it in the chat box for all of them to get it.
I'll put it on the chat box and they can pick it up from there. Now, there are processes in which you must learn how to use the app, because when you're using the app, you can place your city there. When you place your city, then you check the apartment. If it is studio apartment, just like apartment or shared apartment, like 3 people in a flat. Now, when you're checking through the app, you will see how many people in the shared apartment, and if it's a studio apartment, you're going to know. Now, there are 2 types. We short term and we have one with long term. And most apartments with long time always come with city registration. And city registration, into Germany, you convert your visa to city registration. So that is, you have registered that you are living in that city. Do you understand? So if you're using that app, you always check city registration. If it is short term, what's short term doesn't come with city registration. Now, I can, when you're checking the accommodation, it is something they will snap it there. It's not something you just get a long time accommodation to it. What they will just to send a form to you. It was not that intense. You can be looking for accommodation before you. But when you have your now I'm going, you could get an accommodation. So when you're on the app, you can check the proximity to your school by using the radius. To check the proximity to your school, you check the proximity, and when you place the proximity, then the square meter of the apartment you want, you place it there, then you can always search. So when you search, it's going to give different options, and you know the one you're settling for. You must know what you want. Like I always say, you must know what you want. So when you know what you want, if something is coming and doesn't look like what you want, you won't settle for it. So you must definitely know what you want. Now, in the city, you must also know the cost of living in the city you're going. Now, it is the professor that is offering you a space in the laboratory that will determine the city you're going. So when the professor offers you a space in his laboratory, then you can now request for an invitation letter from such professor. Now you might have 2, 3, 4, 5 professors inviting you down, and you must be smart enough to be decisive to pick the one you want. It's okay. Imagine 5 professors are inviting you down. Okay, I have accepted to welcome you to my laboratory. You have like 5 of them. So you must be decisive. Like you must really know what you want based on what you want to study, the field, the cost of living, and every other thing. So it is your decision that will always go far and make you stand tall. You understand? So that is that. Then you check the cost of living in the city and also check your budget. It all depends on you. Like a PhD scholar might be getting 1,200, 1,300 euro per month. Then you pay for your accommodation, feeding, and what have you. So all those things you need to consider it and see. Nobody's going to tell you how to spend your money. You must know how to spend your money. So, and what you can't measure, you can't control. You can only control what you have measured, what you can measure. So that is that. You check the cost of living and make sure you don't pay from Nigeria, because those people they are scammers. Make sure you don't pay, and when you have what you want, you can just tell the person when you're coming. Now, the best bet, if you're going by maybe September 1st or October 1st, now you might reach agreement with your prospective landlord, or there are some that are subletting. You reach a compromise, the person, and tell the person you're coming, the date you're coming, and you fill a form. German always deal with paperwork. So when you fill the form and you sign, they believe that, okay, you're coming so date and what have you, then you understand? You're not sending money. Don't let them send any account number and send money to them. There are scammers on the app. So please always take caution. And that is that. Now, the second thing you can do to get accommodation, apart from using that app, the second thing to do is the school you're going, the school you wish to go in, which the supervisor, you've gotten a supervisor already, you can go to LinkedIn, search for scholars that are in Nigeria that are in that school, connect with them, introduce yourself to them politely, and tell them you're a PTDF scholar. Just search on LinkedIn, search on ResearchGate, any scholar that you know that they are in that school. When you check them out, and you just, even on Facebook, go to Facebook, just search for Nigerian scholars in that your school. Connect with them. They have their group, they have their community group and whatever. You can always reach out to them. And even churches, just mail them, could mail them, and pray towards everything. Like I always say, always pray towards everything. This thing has to do with your faith. So you send it to them, and you always wait to get a response from them. Now, even before your visa is out, if you're able to secure a scholar in your city, it's going to go a long way for you, a long way. So it's a scholar that will be helping you to look for an accommodation. Even though you are able to get an accommodation here, you can tell that scholar or a Nigerian student, just tell the person to help you go and check the accommodation. If the person checks and it's okay, reach a compromise with the landlord, but don't send money to anybody. Even if it's a Nigerian scholar that is there, don't send money to the person. Don't send any money until you get there. Check the accommodation, and they always collect deposits too. Lest I forget, they collect deposit. So check the accommodation, and when the accommodation is suiting, then you can now pay, and when you pay, then you can move in. It all depends on your agreement with the person. Do you understand? So I've talked about the app. I've talked about going to LinkedIn and the community on on Facebook. When you're able to connect with people on Facebook, they can move you down to WhatsApp right from Nigeria here, and you'll see the Nigerian community in your cities, and you can reach out to them, and they will always be glad to help you. Even when immediately they know that you're a scholar, so they know that no, you have value, you have something to offer, they will always bring you forth. Do you understand? And help you. They will give you a lead. Even if they don't have what it takes, if they don't have that information within their reach, they will give you a lead. They will give you a list. Do you understand that? Now, the third way in which you can secure an accommodation is by informing your supervisor. Always you can tell your supervisor to connect you with the secretary. Tell him to connect you with a secretary, his or a secretary. And when he connects you with the secretary for accommodation, the schools, it depends. Most universities in Germany, they believe that PhD scholars, they are working. So they believe that we have a research visa and you're working. Unlike masters, that they can always move to the dormitory and you understand. So, but as a PhD scholar, you need to secure an accommodation outside the campus in which the secretary can assist you. The secretary of your supervisor can always assist you with that. Do you understand? So, you can always assist you with that, and you reach a compromise with them right from Nigeria. So upon getting them, you pay them, but lest I forget, let me lay emphasis on it and again and again. Please don't send any money from Nigeria. Make sure you are there. Be smart enough to know what you want. Send the money when you're there, pay them, get the agreement from you can enter agreement with them right from here. So when you enter the agreement with them, they will sign it and send it forth, and you send it back. Don't send the form to you, sign it, scan it back to them, and you guys gonna reach an agreement. But before reaching an agreement, make sure you read it in details. I've explained what city registration is. Like if you're going with if you're coming with a long term, if it's with a long time, it always comes with city registration. But if it's a short term, like most short term accommodation are always the one that is being subletted. Like you have to sublet it. Do you understand? So that is just that. And if you have any question on code mailing professors and on accommodation, I believe I will be glad to hear from you. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. I wish you a safe ride down to Germany. Thank you. I need questions. If you have questions, please let me know.
So, Dr. Femi, thank you so much for such a wonderful presentation. Our Muslim brothers can actually, as many as want to, can actually go for their prayers while the question and answer session is taking place. And hopefully in the next 10 minutes, which is 10 to 15 minutes, which is supposed to be the span for question and answers, they should be done with their prayers and be back for the presentation by the next speaker. So yeah, those who want to pray can go and pray. And then those who are not praying at the moment and have questions, please, the floor is open. Hawa, you can please unmute. You can please unmute and ask your question. Yeah, your voice is a bit low. If you can be more audible.
Okay. Good evening. Is this better now?
Yeah, it's better now.
Okay. So when the scholar was speaking, the first document he mentioned that you're going to attach as attachments when sending the cold email, he talked about. I didn't really get that because I think my connection was breaking. That you attach a picture or something like that, a passport. So please, can he clarify which document is that? Is he CV? Or I
Okay, thank you so much. Let me quickly attend to that. Now, the document I said application for PhD. Now it's a format. I will send the format to Scholar Ash, and maybe you get it from him afterwards. Now it's like it's going to comprise of what you intend doing. You understand? It's different from the research proposal. Like what you intend doing, you place it there, and it's going to attach your passport to it at the right hand side. Like I said, I was doing the wrong thing initially before I was able to consult scholars and be able to get the needed information for me to fly with, in which I did. You understand? So what you just do, you attach your passport at the top right corner of that document. Then you write briefly about yourself, like what is is different from motivation. Like it's summary about yourself and the yourself, the research proposal, what is propelling you to do that research in that field, and little about yourself, just little. Do you understand? So when they open it, like I said, it has to be appealing. When they open it, they were able to see that, and it's going to motivate them to keep reading. You know, when you pick a book you want to read, one thing that will attract you to that book is the title of the book. And that's what I made mention of the subject there in code mailing. Now, when you open the first page and you see the preface, like, okay, when you see the acknowledgement, you know, you'll be motivated to keep reading. Now, if it's not appealing to you, you drop the book and search for another one. Do we get that? So have I answered your question? Can you hear me?
How we didn't hear you. Can you be more audible? Has your question been answered?
Can you hear me now? Is it better now?
Yes, it's better now.
Yes, it's better. Yeah,
okay,
it's coming
so
up.
please, my other question is, you spoke about the accommodation and all. So is that also applicable to scholars that are maybe likely to be chosen by dad also, or only those ones going through block accounts? Because I feel if you're chosen by dad,
Okay,
I think they should do all other things for you.
Okay, if it is DAAD, let me just attend to that. If it is DAAD, you're going to enter through the language, you know, you go for language class for 4 months. Do you understand? So during that period, that always also help in securing accommodation after the 4 month training. They help you, and they even help in reducing your rent. You understand? Like subsidizing your rent. You understand? If it's a DAD scholar, if you're a DAD scholar, you go there for 4 months. If you're there for 4 months, you can search for accommodation within that 4 months, because DAD will be responsible. You understand? Will be responsible for your stay for that 4 months during the language class. Do you understand? So when you're there already, it will help you to have a soft landing. So when you're there, DAD can assist you in securing accommodation also. You understand? So you look for it and they subsidize. Do you get that?
Okay, thank you. I got it. Thank you very much, scholar. So with that 4 months in a 4 month language class, they are still going to be the one that will sponsor the accommodation, right? Like not me looking for accommodation.
Yes, they will be the one.
Okay. Thank you very much. That is clear enough.
No, they will be the one that will. Thank God.
Okay,
Please,
Isaac and the other.
scholar, I need to go now.
Okay,
I
just
need to
one
go
more
now.
question.
I have a meeting now. Like I said earlier, I need to. Okay.
Okay, if you can just attend to this one last question. Isaac, please ask.
Yeah, thank you very much, Scholar Femi. I still want to, take you back to the single file that submit why code mailing a potential supervisor.
Okay.
Now, the page that your
Okay.
passport or your picture will be attached with that write-up.
Okay.
Now, is it going to serve as the motivation?
Okay.
Motivation. Then, if as like me now, I'm a PhD awardee, that means I will write a motivation letter and a proposal, right? Then that first page that the passport will be attached. Is it going to serve as the motivation letter? Then later my
Okay.
proposal.
No.
I think I need to take it.
No.
Okay.
Let me attend to that. I've given you the list of what you're going to send. It's not your motivation letter. It's just like a summary. You are briefing the professor about what you intend doing, like a brief. Like I said, something that will propel him to keep reading. Now, when you're sending that, then the next thing you attach to that is your notification of award. Now, when this is what you want to do, and was able to see or is able to see your notification of award, then you will keep reading. Then after the notification of award, your motivation letter can come in. It's just a brief about you, about what you intend doing. Just brief him. Do you understand? Then your passport will be attached to it. I'm going to send a dummy to Scholar Hash. I'm going to send a dummy to him so he can just check through and see how you can work around that.
All right. Thank you very much.
Are you ready?
Yes,
Thank
thank
God
you.
for everything.
Okay.
Any other question before I leave? I need to attend to another thing now.
I don't think there is any other question at the moment. So, Scholar Femi, thank you so much for your precious time and for such a wonderful presentation. We're indeed very grateful. If there are any other issues like connection, I hope you grant me your permission that if they still need to meet with you on WhatsApp, I can share your number. Is that okay by you, sir?
Please do. Please do.
Okay.
Even my mail, Olaseinde Femi@gmail.com. They can always reach out to me via mail, and please you can share my contact with them also. I'll be glad to attend to them.
Okay, no problem, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank God for everything. Thank you. I need to go
enjoy,
now.
Yeah, enjoy the rest of the evening. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being with us so far. Whatever information we need from Scholar Femi, as soon as he sends it to me, I'll put it right here in the chat box or through the various groups within which the advert for this webinar was placed. I'm sure Scholar Shina Solomon is in the house.